Save your prayers. God is not here with us now. There is only the darkness here. And your death.
Yeah, Max Cavalera, Cavalera Conspiracy, Soulfly, Killer BQ. Well, the new album, New Cavalera records called Pandemonium, it was really kind of back to basics approach. You know, I talked to Igor about, let's make a record. Let's imagine that we didn't have any budget at all and we had to make a cheap record, and let's make this you know, that was the idea. It was kind of a punk approach, and let's go to a studio, a house, a small studio. So I found a house in Phoenix that had a studio. I produced the record myself. I had a friend of mine, engineer John Gray, and so we kind of did everything. Even the sound of the record is really dirty. You know, it reminds a lot of people commented to me they think it sounds like Terrorizer and early stuff like Arise. That made me very happy. And I saw another review that the guy didn't like the sound and he complained about the sound. That made me happy too, because that was a good, for me, somebody making a review and complaining about the sound, it was a good thing, you know, even though it was a negative review. But it was done like that. As far as the influence, man, I was listening to a lot of grindcore. That was the main influence. It's not a grindcore album because the songs are not 30 seconds, you know. They're not like Insect Warfare songs, but they are very heavily influenced by Insect Warfare, Pig Destroyer, you know, Noisem, Full of Hell, you know. And then lately I've been getting more into a lot of death metal too, you know, 1349 and Belphegor, Malakesh, Behemoth, and all that stuff, you know. But when I was doing the Cavalera record, it was really under listening to a lot of grindcore. That's what I was playing, a lot of grindcore for Igor, and I was telling him that this has got to be fast, you know. Let's not have much, you know. I know groove is our thing and we do it very well, but let's have the groove just when it really needs it, and everything else on the record, let's keep it fast. So we did that, and the vocals, I tried really low vocals, you know, in some of the songs, like Babylonian, Pandemonium, Scum, and I Barbarian. My vocals is the lowest I ever done, you know, so it was really fun experimenting with the vocals. I think it's what makes music so killer is that, you know, is that some of these bands, I got in contact with them and they totally freak out that I like them because they worship Sepultura, you know. It was like, you know, for some of those guys, the Sepultura record, especially the Sepultura stuff, you know, it was really influential, you know, stuff like Arise, Beneath the Remains, and Chaos AD. And but it's funny because now they influence me because I like the energy that these bands have, you know. I like, and I'm not like those guys that get old and don't listen to anything new, you know. There's a lot of guys like that. I don't want to be like that. I want to be involved. I want to know what's going on in the scene, you know. That's how I found out about King Parrot, and I listen to a lot of other like Italian death metal, like Hour of Penance and Blood Truth, and I love it, man. You know, it's one of my favorite things is actually discovering new bands and then getting in touch with them and then listen to them, get influenced by them, and you know, it goes at 360 degrees. You know, I influence them and they influence me, so it's great. It's a great interconnection of things. The rockstar thing, man, I you know, whatever, you know, for some people it works, but it's not for us. You know, we come from the idea of this kind of music that we play, this kind of death metal, thrash metal, whatever you call it, which is fusing with hardcore. The fusing of the hardcore makes it humble, makes it stay away from the rock star thing, and makes it more street grounded. You stay still, very connected to your fans, and I like that. And I don't need a bodyguard, man. I don't need any of that stuff that sometimes we see when we go on tour with other people. For me, that's ridiculous. I love meeting the fans, and actually, I really like to hear what the fans have to say. I appreciate the things that they say, because a lot of times some of the stuff they say can be advice about what you should do. Like sometimes they say, oh, you should play this song. I wish you would have, do this, or please can you tour in this place, and by listening to them really helps your life. But I like the humbleness, man. I like to stay grounded and stay true to the roots. That's where we started. There's never a rock star wish when we started making music was just for the fun and the energy of the music, and it still is today. It's the same. We have the same goal that's when we had when we were kids. Yeah, Top Flight tour is a little heavier. We tour more, and that's just how it is. Cavalera is made so we can have fun, so we can love what we do and without ruin it. So we do some things, like right now we're really busy with Cavalera. We just finished this US tour with Death Angel and COC, Lodi Kong. We'll go to South America. We have a amazing South America tour with shows in Nicaragua, Peru, Paraguay, Uruguay. It's just San Salvador, it's El Salvador. It's just incredible, and little cities in Brazil like Santos and Curitiba, and it's just incredible tour. And then I go to Europe, do some festivals with Cavalera, like Hellfest, Download. We're on main stage at Download in England, and Grass Pop in Belgium. And then after that, I switch gears. I go back to Soulfly. Soulfly does a bunch of festivals in Europe, and then we have already a US tour booked for October with Decapitated and Soilwork, which is going to be an amazing tour. The last Soulfly tour, we did a tour where we only play Soulfly, and it was a kind of experiment to see how the fans would react, and it was really positive, and I was really happy, and I think it was cool. And I don't know, maybe with Soulfly I keep that formula, and I'll save the Sepultura stuff just for Cavalera, because that's me and Igor, so it makes it special, more like the original Sepultura, the original brothers playing Sepultura. And it's fun, I love, like this show tonight, we're gonna play Beneath the Remains, Desperate Cry, We Who Are Not As Others, Refuse Resist, classics, that are imprinted on people's DNA for years. And Nail Bomb, we play Some of Your Achievements. And we try to, I think the Cavalera set list is, for me, is very satisfying. It's kind of the best of the 30 years of the brothers, if you could. There, of course, there's a couple songs like the Death Angel guys was asking us, can you guys play Stronger Than Hate? And it was like, the other day somebody shouted at the show, play Anti-Cop. You can't play everything, but it's pretty close, man. By the end of the night, I think everybody that came to the Cavalera show is pretty satisfied with what they saw. It feels like a pretty complete show. And Soulfly, like I say, we have now 10 records, man. Archangel's our 10th record, so there's enough songs with Soulfly that we can just go out and play Soulfly exclusively. So I think I might just keep it like that and keep the things separated. I hope not. I hope I will go on doing this until I die. That's what I like to do. I don't believe in retirement and any of this stuff. And for me, especially for 8 years now, I've been straight edge. I quit drinking and drugging, and kind of like when my head went back to music, back to metal, even stronger than before, which was crazy. I never thought that would be possible, because when I was a kid in Brazil, I listened to a lot of metal, and I didn't know that as you grow older, you can get even more into metal. You know, it's incredible. But it happened, and so yeah. So now I have three things that are solid: Cavalera Conspiracy, Soulfly's got a new album in August called Archangel. It's a fantastic record, and then Killer BQ we just did Australia in January. We're gonna hope we can do some tour with Killer BQ next year. Hopefully record something next year also for Killer BQ, maybe a second record, and just keep going, man. You know, I don't want to stop. I want to just keep as busy as I can. I don't need vacation. I don't need none of that shit, man. That's not for me. Retirement, none of that crap, man. You know, I'm very happy being hopefully I get the title of the busiest man in metal.